This is going to be a casual and beginner-friendly guide to playing Frost Mage in Season 3 of The War Within. So on the left here, we've got our top priorities, and on the right, we've got our bottom priorities. The rotation is a tiny bit simplified for beginners here, although it is correct. I'm going to be taking you through the rotation, and this is going to be actually usable for both Raiding and Mythic Plus, because a lot of the spells here will hit multiple targets. So, number one is we have our Icy Veins cooldown, accelerating our spell casting, granting haste, and preventing damage from delaying our spell casts. It will also summon a water elemental that will grant us Frigid Empowerment, increasing how much frost damage we deal by 3% up to 15%. So our first thing we're going to be using is Flurry, and this is going to put something here called Winter's Chill on the target, taking damage from the mage's spell as if frozen. If you're wondering what that means, well, let's take Ice Lance here as an example. Ice Lance damage is tripled against frozen targets. So the TLDR here is that when targets are frozen or acting as frozen, they will take more damage from us. You may also see above my head an Icicle. We also have our Mastery I need to talk to you about, which is Icicles. Casting a lot of our damaging spells will begin Icicles to be stored. Now, when you get to 5, it will start launching them. As it says here, up to 5 Icicles can be stored. Any excess will be automatically launched. And it increases the damage of some of our other spells. So, we're going to use Flurry, basically, as our number one priority to get up Winter's Chill on the target, meaning that it's guaranteed our attacks will hit the target as if they are frozen. If Winter's Chill is active, we're then going to use Comet Storm on cooldown on our target. Calls down a series of 7 icy comets on and around the target, doing massive frost damage to all enemies nearby that it impacts. So again, good in single target and multi-target scenarios. After that, your next priority is to use Glacial Spike. Conjures a massive spike of ice that merges your current icicles into it and impales your target, doing massive damage, plus all of the damage that is currently stored in your icicles. It will also freeze them in place for 4 seconds, but it does require you have 5 icicles 5 icicles in order to be able to cast it. Right now, I only have 4, and therefore we cannot use Glacial Spike. But as soon as you've got 5 icicles, you can use that massive icicle there in your Glacial Spike. After that, use Frozen Orb, also on cooldown. It basically throws a massive Frozen Orb towards the target, doing a ton of damage. They're also going to be slowed if hit. This is also going to provide something called Fingers of Frost whenever it damages an enemy. So what is Fingers of Frost? Frostbolt has a chance and Frozen Orb has a chance to grant you it. Fingers of Frost causes your next Ice Lance to deal damage as if the target were frozen. So it's a bit like Winter's Chill. And then the next priority on the list is Shifting Power. Basically, this will help us reduce our cooldowns. Things like Icy Veins, as you can see here, we can get off cooldown quicker. So use Shifting Power once you've used all your cooldowns to get them off cooldown even quicker. Then we have Ice Lance. Now, I've been mentioning this again a lot. The damage is tripled if the target is frozen. So if you have either the Winter's Chill effect, or if you have the Fingers of Frost effects down here, then we want to use Ice Lance in order to do that damage. But only when either of those effects are active do we want to use our Ice Lance. Now, if we've got nothing else left in that rotation to do, we're just going to use Frostfire Bolt here. Launches a bolt of Frostfire at the enemy, slowing movement speed and causing additional Frostfire over 8 seconds. It will also generate stacks of Mastery for both Fire and Frost. Because of the hero talent, you can use this in Frost and Fire specialization. So again, use your Icy Veins, use your Flurry to get Winter's Chill on the target, use Comet Storm if Winter's Chill is then available. Use Glacial Spike whenever you can. Same with Frozen Orb. Use Shifting Power to get your cooldowns back off cooldown. Use Ice Lance whenever Winter's Chill or Fingers of Frost is active. And then use Frostfire Bolt as basically your filler spell. And that is the rotation you'll be doing for both Mythic Plus and Raiding, because it's good for single target, but also it can hit a lot of multiple targets of these spells, meaning it's great for multiple targets. A few other things we have. Arcane Intellect used to increase your intellect for all party and raid members. Counterspell, massively important in Mythic Plus especially. This is your interrupt for interrupting your enemies' spellcasting. We want to be doing this as much as physically possible. Greater invisibility, we become invisible and untargetable and take less damage while that is appropriately happening. Ice Cold, we reduce all damage taken again massively by 70%. While it's active, we also heal for 50% of maximum health. But it does cause hypothermia. It's not easy, preventing us from recasting it for another 30 seconds. Then we've got another defensive Mirror Image. Basically, make some mirror images of yourself while they're active. Again, damage taken is reduced. And lastly, Ice Barrier. Shield you with ice, absorbing damage for a minute. Melee attacks against you reduce the attacker's movement speed. And then we have Mass Barrier. That will actually cast Ice Barrier on yourself and 4 allies nearby. And there we go. That's how you're going to play Frost Mage as a beginner or casual player in Season 3 of The War Within. If you want to see the actual rotation in action, what I would recommend is maybe using the single button assistant just to learn, however, because it is a big DPS drop, but it will show you how you can actually get that in front of your own eyes. Should you be looking for other specs or classes, then check out the playlist you now see on screen and don't forget to subscribe.